Hello, this is Ron Kaufman. I am sitting in one of my favorite places on the entire planet, the nation of the Maldives, a small island country sitting in the middle of a huge ocean with beautiful resorts and white sand beaches. Today I have the privilege of introducing you to my old and dear friend, Mr. Afeef Hussain. Afeef is a Maldivian, and he is a key person in the hospitality industry. Afeef, pleasure to see you again.
Thank you, Ron. As Ron had mentioned, my name is Afeef, and I'm from the Maldives. I've been working in the industry for almost 12 years with many resorts. And also I had the pleasure to work abroad, which was a great experience. And recently I joined LUX Island Resorts Maldives property as Director of Training, Quality and Development.
So that's where we are now, here on the LUX Maldives Resort. And we were talking earlier about how does one resort stand out from the others? I mean, in today's world, everybody has a similar beach. The islands aren't that different from one another in the nation. So how can one resort or one brand stand apart?
I mean, as you have said, every resort has beautiful rooms, beautiful restaurants. And when it comes to outstanding from one property to the other, it's always about the service. It's always about the people that brings the experience to the place. So, for example, we have a waiters, and it's the waiters' experience that the guest takes from the restaurant. And that's really the key that we are focusing on LUX Maldives.
So the focus then is, of course, you want a nice restaurant, which has a beautiful menu and a great wine list, but you're saying there's something about the way the people actually deliver that service experience. Yes. What is it you want to say here?
The key thing is, when somebody walks into a property at LUX Maldives, our team members understanding what they're here for and what their needs are, because there are different types of travelers, different needs, different ways to cater, and different ways even talking to them. So from the moment of their arrival to the last minute of departure, that we are there to give them great moments. From the arrival to the departure, everything is always well anticipated and well recorded, and we're there for the guests.
So you say, for example, that each moment matters.
Absolutely, that's our vision.
That's your okay, and helping guests celebrate life.
Why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Why we wake up from the bed every
But
day.
it's a very different celebration if you have, for example, a couple coming on their honeymoon compared to another couple that have retired and are looking to restore their health. Or you have a very busy business person who finally gets a vacation with family. These are three different types of guests coming in. Do you need to serve them differently?
Absolutely. That's where the service education comes here into the resort. And we train and develop our team members, teaching them how to handle these 3 different or 4 or 5 different types of clientele. If you're a honeymooner, how to look after the honeymooner, what questions to ask. If you're a business traveler, what questions that you should not avoid and you should not ask when they're on vacation. And this is what it's all about, because when you really pay attention to these little small things, the whole experience becomes excited, and they live with that special moment, the LUX moment.
Now, teaching your staff from 21 nations, 600 people on this island, and in the nation as a whole, thousands and thousands of people in the hospitality industry, but teaching them to pay attention to those, as you called it, little small things. It doesn't just happen by accident.
Absolutely.
How do you make it happen?
We bring our training and development programs are here, not just about teaching them how to serve a guest or how to welcome a guest into the restaurant. It's all about the various ways of how you can welcome the guest. And it's always about the small attentions, which I mentioned before. How can you bring that alive? Because what we wanted to do differently here is that when a guest comes to our restaurant, from the moment of their arrival, that they feel like, wow, I got so much better than what I expected before coming to Maldives.
Very nice.
And we bring this through training, through education to our people.
So this whole career development for young people who are in a nation that is growing in terms of tourism and hospitality, I understand that service is important for the nation to stand out from other nations that also have beautiful beaches. Yeah. But from a career standpoint for individuals, service skills, service development, also a real key.
It is, because you see, talking about the young Maldivians, and I'm personally very keen in developing, and the general manager here is very keen. And when we hire somebody who has just finished the school, they know the kind of, maybe they may have the skills to a certain extent, but they may not have the idea of, okay, what is all about finding the guest needs, and what is the way to talk to the guests. And these are things that we bring alive. By nature, people are humble.
Interesting.
But bringing it, how they're going to do it,
Yeah.
is what's important.
It's interesting what you say. By nature, people are humble. And that's really a cultural distinction, I think, of the Maldives. There's a warm, welcoming spirit and attitude already in the people. But what you're doing in your role in people development and what you're pointing to about service education is to be able to couple real skills and understanding and education and
Yes.
service with this natural attitude to allow the future of this nation to continue to exceed and excel.
Absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of compassions around. So in order to be the best of the best, we have to make sure that we continue this each and every day.
Well, it's been a pleasure to introduce you to someone who I consider one of the best here in the hospitality industry in the Maldives. Ron Kaufman with Afeef Hussain.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.